about nothing and everything.
It's always your fault.
Seriously, it's not always my fault. 98% I'll give you.
Wasn't
I leave myself a
expecting that.
2% margin.
It's Christmas time, guys.
It's all your fault.
Christmas is all my fault.
Yes.
Boys,
Wow.
like I love Christmas.
Me
Do you
too.
not do you not remember we said we should have like a parking lot purge? And like once a year. Remember we talked about this, like a new holiday that once a year they get together, and if you can't park right or you don't have proper like no parking for you. You're gonna have to walk into Walmart from now on. Like you're gonna park somewhere else.
I was
You leave
thinking
him a
more
ticket.
I was thinking more of a Thunderdome kind of. If you can't park, he's all got to be put into a Thunderdome. And whoever
my
comes out.
land. And I'm sure you have stories. So like I'm ambushing you with this. I think it's time for a special edition, Christmas edition of parking lots. And Jeremy can put the music right here.
They paved paradise and put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise and put up a parking lot.
Oh, baby. Great job, Jeremy. All right.
Yeah. Awesome, Jay. As always,
That was
great
fun.
on the ball.
Hey, great job, Tyson and Gary, the vocals on that one. Cameron, you would have been on it, but I think you got too tired and you went to bed.
Yeah, you went to bed. You were yawning. You went to bed.
That's okay.
This-
You don't need to hear the thing.
This might be Cameron finding out that we sang that. I don't think he knew. So,
The All-Stars. Parking lot All-Stars.
Parking lot all-stars. Christmas
I
edition.
know it's Christmas time. So I didn't clue in till after, but I know you'll know. So I had to do some running around the other day, and I was on Highway 11. And no, I wasn't like driving to Moncton or anything, but you know what I mean. And so I'm running around, Cam, up towards this way, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And but people are on their way to Moncton, and there's a huge lineup, and I don't even clue into that. It's like, oh, it's no tax day. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's, everyone's didn't even cross my mind that was a thing. So people are driving like maniacs, and it's Christmas, right? Woman passes me on one of those passing lanes. Now, you know how like sometimes like I'm a bit of a passer, but I'm not super aggressive. But I'm also sensible in the sense that like if I look ahead and there's a 20-car line, there's 0 point in me trying to move up this thing.
Correct.
Because by the time I've made any movement at all, like, oh, the slow car just pulled off in Rexton. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
that
Like, what
happens a
point
lot.
on risking your life trying to slowly... But some people do that.
Oh, I know.
She's in a white van. I know, Cameron, memories. She's in a white van, and she passes me one of those passing lanes, and there's cars all built up in front of me. Like there's no...
Yeah, there's no way to get
And
in.
there's cars behind me, and she is just whipping by 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, 4 car, and she pulls right in front of me. The lane's over. Like she's beside me, and the lane is over. And so if I don't go on the shoulder of the road, she's got nowhere to go. She doesn't merge in. She still goes in front of me. She's driving crazy. I then notice, oh, good for her. She has her daughter's name and hockey number stickered across the back window of her car. Yeah. Then
Yeah. Yeah.
proceeds to throw garbage out her window. In front of me. right? It was just white wrappers of some kind. I don't know if they had a breakfast. Looked like, like the Tim's sandwich wrappers or
Yeah,
something.
the little, yep.
And hits the front of my car and just kind of slides off. And I remember thinking, like, if you were going to drive this aggressively, and I could see, like, Jay, I know you're not, but I could see the shadow, Gary, of the sticks in the back window. You know what I mean? Like, she's late. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
She's late, but your daughter's hockey number, and it's a girl because I know the Miramichi team. I can see the pink. So there's her name. You know what I mean? There's the number. There's the crest of the team. And then you throw garbage out the window. Any obvious thoughts on that one?
That would be, you wait till the next game, you go take a card, and you slide it in underneath the windshield to say, nice driving. How is your driving?
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, you suck at parking. You suck at... I got to get you stuck at driving cards, and I will start following people all over the province.
Yeah.
To wherever they're going, just
Nothing
waiting
bad
for the
can happen
opportunity.
there.
That's a separate segment. You suck at
Yeah,
driving.
yeah.
I've never been late driving to hockey practice and done horrible things.
But I just put it in the category. So here's number 2. Okay. This was like just a chain of events that I wished you guys were there, not for the Santa Claus parade, but to watch. Only you 4 would, besides my wife, would know that I'm slowly melting down inside, watching all the things that are happening around me. You know what I mean? So we're at the Santa Claus parade, and I was wrong on something. I wasn't wrong at a parking issue. I was wrong. I'm like, okay, well, you go downtown and you watch them on Water Street. And it's the prettiest spot to watch, but there is no parking. Like, no matter what you do, you're walking.
Yeah.
And Linda was with us, and it's really cold outside, and she doesn't get around as well anymore. And you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, is there a spot that, like, if we have to go back to the car, we can? I was like, oh my goodness. Well, they start at Jameson Hill. They have to come down the road. We'll go park at district office or something. We'll get to see them right away, and we can pull out and leave. We're out of here. Right?
Sure.
And then the car is right there. So the parking at district office is obvious because it's a parking lot and there's lines.
Oh,
You'd think. You'd think.
Lines go this way.
So you can tell who was there first
Because they're in the
and
spot.
then who got there too late and was ignorant. So we got there at like a medium kind of time. You know what I mean? There was still some spots left, but oh my goodness, I didn't think anybody'd be here, but it's pretty full, right? I park in an actual spot between lines, as you do.
I know where this one's going.
And we're sitting there with, just wait, buddy, because it reminds me of the, so we're sitting there and like Anne's just sitting next to us with her kids and her car, and she's in a parking spot. That's an actual parking spot. And we're just getting warmed up before we go outside, and Santa Claus parade's going to start out, and more people start coming in. And they're parking wherever the heck they can park. And now there's a lineup. People have pulled their car right up to the side of the road so they can sit in their car and watch the parade. But all these people are going to stand on the side of the road. So you've now parked your car where people are going to stand. It's become this free-for-all, even though there was already 60, 70 cars there. And I'm not exaggerating, who parked in actual spots and were getting out with their children. Then, right before I open my door, this one woman pulls in. And Cam, you still live here, so you know if you ever drive by there's one side of the district office, like there's this one
it's like an
random
L shape, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's this one random emergency door.
Yeah.
So I'm parked in the last possible spot before the emergency fire exit with the big, and it's all fenced off. She pulls right in between me and the car next to me, right up to the steps. Like, I'm wondering how she's going to open her door, but she does, and I'm sitting there like, lady. Like I am sucking in my gut to try to get out of my own car now because you've parked in this spot that's not a spot. And she is flying solo. There's nobody with her.
No.
She's alone. Park in the back and walk up. You know what I mean? Like if she parked that and got out with like her 80-year-old mother, I'm like, fair game.
Fair game. Yeah.
Fair game. You know what I mean?
Sure.
3 kids pile out of the back. Fair game. No, but she's by herself. She's all alone. So then we go to get out, And all the people in the actual parking spots can't get out. Nobody is letting anybody out.
Nope.
It is just a chain of cars. Like I know when they do construction on the big bridge up here, they do the zipper and no one even tells people to do it. People are just like, it's Miramichi. Every second car nods and you get to go. Nods and you get to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And every once in a while, 3 cars go instead and you can see people just sitting there like, who the heck does he think he is? Going, not letting the next person in. Even though there's nothing that says they have to let them in because everyone else let them in every second time. Can he not count to 2? Can he not count? You know what I mean? Cameron's laughing because you've lived it, right? So it's so nobody.
It's give and take. Give and take.
So Amanda's gripping my arm because I thought Jeremy'd be proud because now I'm like aggressively backing up. Like I'm doing the like very best. Oh, you're going to let me out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they'll see me. Someone will have to stop. Someone will have to stop, right? And I'm doing the, like you're going to see my brake lights. You're going to see I'm backing up.
The LARPing brochure from Montreal falls out of the mirror thing.
Oh, man.
She did find that, Gary. That's almost old news. She did find it. Anyway, so one guy stops. I don't know if he was being nice or is he scared like this guy's going to hit me because he wants out. But, you know, like we were there early. We're in an actual spot. So, like, all this is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's like an anger dad thing. I got kids in the car that just stood outside and their hot chocolate's like ice cold now. And everyone wants to, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's nice for the first half hour. And then the second half hour, it's like, all right, where's Santa? Let's go. Where's the last? Do you know what I mean? This is cold. And so we're trying to get out of there. So then I go up towards the school and I hang a right and there's quite the lineup because it's a 4-way stop and then it's a 4-way stop. You know what I mean? Like, and everyone's gone the same way. But people moved right along and let people out there. And it was like, I was maybe a 5-minute, except one guy. So when I tell you, I was out of downtown Chatham in under 10 minutes despite all that traffic because people let people out.
Wow.
One guy, and this almost reminds me of the van. He's behind me. And like, he's blinking his brights. And then he's easing out. You know how like you can see the headlight in your like side mirror?
Yep.
Like every time you move forward, he's further and further out. And he's in like a fairly large truck. It's like, what is this guy's, like, what's his deal? So finally he pulls around me, pulls a U-ey, drives over someone's lawn. Right over the front lawn. And the lawn's very wet. Like we had snow, then we didn't, then we did, then we didn't. And it's all.
What happens when you do that, Jeremy?
You bring your uncle and a truck and a lot of dirt and you shovel it for a while. Oh boy.
So he drives over this lawn quite aggressively. And as I look over to my left to see him, like obviously he's had better days driving over this guy's lawn who didn't do anything wrong to him. Now his lawn's wrecked. There's the name of his construction company right across the side of his truck. And I got thinking, like, why would you do that? Why would you?
Landscaping? Was he a landscaping company?
Make work project.
Yeah, really.
And I just always, me and Brian have had this talk. Like, why? Like, don't, even if it's by accident, like maybe don't, if you're going to drive like an idiot, don't slap your phone number and the name of your company on the side of your vehicle.
I'm surprised there wasn't like a full mural of his face or something like this. Pick this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
so
believe it or not,
what?
Believe it or not, I have one, which is weird for me.
Sweet. Was yours a construction company from the North Shore?
Cam's like, I started working in this construction company, and after the Santa Claus parade, I was.
So it was a couple days ago. Went to Walmart, and Tyson and you guys will vouch. When I park in a parking spot, I'm always in the line. I don't go beyond my line. Anyway, went into Walmart, no problem. There's no one even around me. Like I was just in a spot. It's like, cool, there's no one around me. Anyway, and I come back out, and this person, I kind of look, I was like, that looks like a Dodge Journey.
Stupid person.
Big Dodge Journey. I was like, okay. And I'm like, why can I see almost more of that car than usual? So when they pulled in, so pulled in straight, right? No, pulled in like this and stopped. And I'm like, okay. So I come around the corner and look, and I'm like, Now, I'm not a small man. I'm a short man, but I'm not small. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, how am I going to get in here? So I'm kind of shuffling to get in the door, and I have to like crack the door open enough but hold my hand so I don't hit this person's car. And I look over, here's the old lady still in the car giving me a dirty look. And I just look at her, I'm like, why am I getting a dirty look? And she's just snarling at me, and I'm like, really? What did I do? I kind of looked out. So when I had to back out, like this. I had to turn and back out at the same time and not hit the car beside me, but not hit her. And she glared at me the whole time I was trying to get out, and I was just like, really? Like, you're the one that pulled in at like a crazy angle, and here I am trying to get out just like this, just I'm like, oh, for a nickel I would have flattened ball over 4 of her tires.
So that ties into, so believe it or not, I got 3 more, but they're quite short. But they're all similar. So I'll tie, and then I'll bring it back, and you'll understand. Oh yeah. No, I wrote these down. Okay. So
pictures.
I don't even think I told Amanda this one, but it was pouring rain. Cam, same thing. It's Walmart, and when it's pouring rain, you know what I mean. Like I'm a lad that can't run anymore, but I'm walking faster. It's raining.
Brisk walk.
And this one lady, there's no one else walking in, and she's like far, but she's driving too fast through the parking lot, and she stops to like, because I just walked out in front of her, sort of, but you know how you're doing the like, I'm even going to appear like I'm going faster than I am because I appreciate you stopping, but it's pouring rain. She's in a car. I'm not. It's pouring rain. So I look over, do the wave, like, thank you. And as I look over, do the wave, she's like, like the hands are like
hands are going.
And you know, like, it's not like she slammed on the brakes, like, lady, like, if I throw a snowball at your car right now, I might miss. Like, you're a solid 40 feet away. Like, it's not like, do you know what I mean?
It's not like you jumped out in front of her.
Oh, no. Like, and you know how, like, I did, but I didn't. But yeah, no, lady, you almost hit me. Only like 10 car lengths to spare. Like,
oh no!
Like, I don't know
You've ever gotten stopped.
You know what I mean? And count to 5, and I'm across. Like, it's not like, right? She's nice. So anyway, I'm at Atlantic Grocery the other night, and it was one of those deals. So we phoned in an order to Kingsway, right? And Amanda called me. She just ran in. She wanted like 3 things. And the Newcastle Atlantic Grocer can be crazy for lineups sometimes, right? So she ran in for just 3 things, and she ran into my dad, and she texted me and said, oh, your dad's in here, huh? And they ended up behind each other in line, and Amanda's talking to dad. And so then she eventually calls me and says, you might just want to go pick up our supper and then come back to get me.
Holy smokes.
She said, like, it is a line. And it's like, by the time, and she was right, by the way. So like, I'm looking, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can do that. It's right here. And so I start to back out, and I can't. Here comes this big honking truck. And I had been sitting there for 10 minutes in our parking spot already, right? And so he's going to back in right beside me, which one I get a kick out of because you saw my reverse lights on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave,
so
but let's go through this whole...
pull.
And Jeremy's talked about this before. Like, if you could account for you having a big truck when you park in a parking spot that wasn't accounted for you having a big truck. We've had this conversation before. So he backs in real slowly, and he's quite close to me. And it's him getting out. So his driver's side door is by my driver's side door. And I'm still, the reverse lights are on, and I'm kind of looking at him, and I'm not glaring at him. I'm kind of looking at him like...
Yeah, are you done?
Like, are you done? Because I'm going to pull out now, and just like as I kind of like, all right, they're talking, I start to reverse. Nope, his door's open. His door's wide open. He's getting out of the truck, and if I had it backed up, it would have caught my mirror. So I'm sitting there for a second, okay, very best. And he goes in, he's out of my way, I back out. Go to Kingsway, sure enough, Amanda was right, food was done. I grab the food, get back in the car, drive back to Atlantic Grocer. She's not even out yet. And as I pull back into the exact same spot I was in, it was still empty. There's the truck. He drives out. And there's his shopping cart. Right beside it that wasn't there.
Oh, no.
And I just had this moment of like, Cameron will know what night it was because it was plus 12 outside. It wasn't raining. You could see all the stars. All the snow got melted. Just a beautiful day. The lad had shorts on. Very able-bodied. You know what I mean? Like he climbs 4 floors to get into his truck.
Yeah.
He's probably pretty capable of bringing the cart back. And he's just
filling out the
left
parking lot bingo card.
So Cameron, to tie into your cranky old lady, Amanda might have run into the same one you did. So I didn't know this. So she gets in the car. I'm there for all of 2 minutes again with food in the back of the car, and she comes out with her 3 or 4 things. And I said, you know what I mean? Like in my typical, like, you know, as I get older, I'm ranting more and more. I said, would you look at that? Would you look at the cart? Just left his cart here. Scumbag. You know what I mean? And she said, did I tell you about the runaway cart the other day? And I said, no, what are you talking about? So she had run to the grocery store with her mom and Ange, and they watched this woman, like, not all her fault, Gary, because I don't know. Amanda, anyway, I wasn't there, but Amanda said, like, she was older. But she pushed the cart back to the store, but she didn't even try to put it up on the curb, but maybe she wouldn't have been able to.
That's not easy to do, though, sometimes.
No, I do that. I pride myself on kicking the back and the thing.
Yeah, that's what I do. I put my foot in and give her a little pop a wheel.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? So she might not have been able to do that, but she left her cart. She didn't leave it in the parking lot. She brought it back and she left it there. She goes back to her car, and as Amanda gets out of her car, she watches the lady's cart kind of like slow motion, like, uh-oh. And it makes the turn, and it's headed back into the cars. Well, Amanda goes running halfway across, and she catches this cart before it hits someone's car. Right?
Yeah.
And as she looks up, here's this car coming that would have hit the cart. And the one has the nerve to look at Amanda, throw her hands up, and basically yelling, well, would you hurry up? Like, get out of the way. Like, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm saving your car from the runaway cart.
That's when you stand there, politely wave, and walk away
Shove
and leave
it.
it.
Leave it right in front of her.
No, just leave it there. Leave it.
Just
Ram
give it a big
right into the grill of her car.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, dear.
Like the minor things that... Yeah, but
Still
the minor
picturing
things.
the montage, her running to get the cart, and chariots of fire in the background.
But you know, like minor things I ignore this time of year that would normally get me all angsty, but this time of the year it's like, yeah, what do you expect? There's 3 times the amount of cars here in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff's gonna, but you can put your cart back.
You know what?
You can let people walk across.
This is Gary's time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the old truck I used to have, it was the one big dent I got in it was on the tailgate, because doing what I normally do, I try to back into a parking spot that has a median so that the back of the box hangs over the median, and you actually fit better in the spot.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're a considerate person who thinks about other people and their parking needs.
Well, you know, I try. Anyways, I kind of drove by, and I always you always kind of look before you back in. You look, but it was at night or whatever, and so it's at Walmart. If I didn't say that, anyways, I start backing in. This was a long time ago, and I'm almost there, and all of a sudden, like, I feel the truck like slow down, and I'm like, that's not the wheels on the curb. What was that? So I pull ahead a little bit, get out, and sure enough, it was a shopping cart wedged between. It pushed right against the tailgate, and it was the wheels were against the curb, and I had basically backed straight in, and because it was low enough and not in the middle, I didn't see it in the mirrors.
Couldn't see it,
and just wedged right up, and so there's a big dent pushed in against, and I was same thing. I was ready to. So the one I have now has a backup cam, and like I'm not used to that, so I don't. It's weird. I don't use it. It's so strange. Except for when I'm backing into a parking spot to make sure there's no shopping carts.
Yeah, I use it.
That's
but
when I
it's-
remember to use it.
So-
I pull mine in reverse all the time, and I'm just so used to the mirrors.
I
And
know.
I'm kind of looking
I do
at the mirrors, and I was like, oh wait, that's got a camera still right in
I
front
do
of me.
the
Like,
same thing.
screen lights right
I
up.
use
You're
all
like,
of it.
oh.
I use all of it. I use 3 mirrors and the camera as anything behind me.
Yeah, I do too. But I said, now what? Then you get in a vehicle that doesn't have it, and you feel like you're lost. You're like, wait, where's that extra part?
So, do not exclusively use. I'm going to out myself. This is going to be embarrassing. Do not exclusively use the backup cameras. So, like, I wrecked the door on our Toyota last year. There was a sign, and when I say sign, I'm being generous. You know those signs, Cam, that they're maybe 8 inches wide by 12 inches tall, but for some reason they put it on a 10-foot square 1-inch pole.
Yep, I know exactly.
And they
what you're
stuck
talking
her
about.
right into the ground with concrete, and that's all it is. It's that big around, and I nailed it. And then it went up under the car and wrecked the whole bottom of the door.
Oh,
Ugh.
And
jeepers.
Ugh.
well, what it was is I used the backup camera, and I was backing out like it was diagonal from me. Like it wasn't like if I was 8 inches to the left, I don't hit it at all. Like it was
But,
just,
yeah.
so I look in my back mirror, there's nothing, you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm sitting there being careful either, but you know how you go through the motions of there's nothing in my back mirror, there's nothing in my camera, literally nothing. And
Clear,
I'm
all
backing out.
clear.
And then when I hit it, I stopped dead and I'm still puzzled. Like, well, what did I hit? Because there was nothing there. There was nothing there. And then like I hit it sideways, Cam, but like it missed my back door entirely and then caught halfway through the passenger door. Like it was literally on a diagonal. Like it was in the perfect, like 1 foot to the right or left. I see it in the mirror or I see it in the camera. Like it was just this.
Wow.
Anyway,
Well,
my fault. I had to pay for it and I didn't call insurance because, you know, what are you going to do?
To oust my mother in this
Oh,
one,
nice.
Oust.
years ago.
You got to throw her out?
I am gonna throw her out. Years ago, they had a little GMC S10, like a little S10, a little Chevy S10, right? So, Mom backed in to the light pole, the big, huge concrete light pole. So she broke the right side up. She took it in to get it fixed. They gave her an estimate. She left, went to another parking lot, backed in with the other side, did the exact same thing. So when she took it in to get it fixed, the guy looked at the bumper and he looked at her and he looked at the bumper. He's like, wait, I only have the left side is busted. She goes, what happened to the right side? And Mom just looked. She goes, after I was done here, yeah, I backed into another pole. The guy goes, all right then, new bumper it is.
Part deux.
I did wreck
I went to leave the house this morning and got out the driveway and just barely got like 2 tires on the road, and all of a sudden I just hear it was Caleb was listening to NHL goal horns and the phone had just connected. And I slammed on the brakes. I was like, what?
Oh my god!
And then you were like, goalies!
Lasted for about 3 seconds before the beat started coming in underneath it.
You see Gary going, where?
Oh, man.
Scare you?
So,
Oh yeah.
so related to parking lots and my wife. Yeah, the first oh my goodness. It was one of these like I had to hide my laughter at the time. But so it was like the first big snowstorm we had a couple weeks ago. And I was just getting back into the office and it was like 1:10 or something like that. And I see the phone ringing and it's her and I'm back at my desk. And she's like, she's like, I'm coming to your office. I'm like,
Okay.
Okay.
So you know something's wrong.
Yeah. And she's like, I can't get in the driveway at work. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, it's not. So the driveway, it's very poorly designed. It's like the street is here. And then like the driveway is like very steep. Right.
Oh, yeah. It's like
it's just extremely. So like,
You're
and
like
it's a
45
driveway and it's perpendicular to the road. So like you can't get a run at it. So she's coming up on the right lane, making a right turn, and she can't get in. And so, so she's on the phone, really exasperated. And now this is also my fault because the studded tires are in the garage and not on the car. And
yourself, Jake. Good job.
Yeah. So she's like, I can't get in. And I'm like, okay, well, just humor me. Go around so that you're coming from the farthest lane. So you can at least take a wide turn.
Get some speed.
And get some speed. And when there's no traffic, you can kind of get a run at it and hopefully get up. And anyway, she's like, oh, she's like, just getting exact. She's like, fine, I'll try that. And I'm like, oh boy. So
did she happen to bring up the studded tires during this conversation?
No, not yet.
I admire her restraint.
I think I said something like, well, I think the tires, all seasons are pretty good shape.
I know.
Anyway, so she's like, all right, I'll try that. So like 5 minutes later, she's like, I'm driving to your work. She said, you have to drive me to work. And I'm like, yeah, nope. And it was one of those like, I was just like, yep, no problem. You know what I mean? There was no like, do you have a meeting or anything?
Yeah.
There was none of that. It's like, I'm going to come to work. You're going to drive me to work. And I'm like, yep,
yes.
No problem.
Yes, I am.
So she gets to work. She gets to my work and she pulls in and like, so now we talked about this before. I park in the back 40 because I want the space and all this.
You don't want anyone near you?
You know, that's fine. So like, it just snowed and the plow had gone through and plowed everything. So like where the back parking lot is, there's like the parking lot and then it immediately drops off down like an embankment to the ditch, but it's like kind of steep and there's no like, there's nothing there.
No guardrail.
Yeah. So, she calls and says, yep, I'm here. So I'm like, I just, and some of the boys kind of overheard some of this on the phone. They put 2 and 2 together what are going on and they're kind of laughing at me. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be back in half an hour.
Yep. I'll be back.
So I go downstairs and she's like, she's just getting out of the car and I'm getting in the truck and she's getting out of the car and she's just kind of getting over. She just kind of gets in the car. And I'm like, okay, the move here is to not ask any questions, not say, is everything okay? It's just to be silent. I'm just going to be silent. We're just going to go to work, get you to work, not going to say anything. And that was the right move. She didn't say anything. She's in there and she's like, I could tell she's very frustrated, mad. So I'm just like, you know, when it's like, you know, when you're not talking, the loudest thing in the whole world is when you put the blinker on and it's just like,
yes, 100%.
And you're just like listening to the blinker, kind of tapping your finger along with the blinker. And you're like,
you're hoping you get this over with quickly.
So anyways, finally she says, she's like, you're going to have to also get the car out when you get back. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I didn't really think about it, but I'm like, yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's fine. No big deal. So I drive her in and like, you know, the truck goes right up. So no problem. And I drop her off and I'm like, yep, I'll come back, get you after. Yep. She goes in. It's all, you know, it's all good. And so I drive back. I drive back to my work. I pull in next to the car and I'm like, get the car out. What does she mean? And then I look and I realize the plow had leveled the snow off. And so it wasn't obvious where the edge of the driveway was. So the front wheels had kind of dipped in the snow. She must have sensed that, tried to put it in reverse, and it started spinning.
Just didn't go anywhere.
So I was like, oh, I see what happened here. Oh, dear.
Lucky for me, I have my truck.
That one's not entirely on her at all.
None of this is. It's on me for not doing the tires.
Yeah.
And then it's on them.
Do you remember when we said 98% of the time it's my fault? Well, this is the 2% it's his fault.
Yeah. And so anyways, I'm like, holy jeepers. I'm like, well, I don't want to come out and deal with this when I have to leave and the traffic and everything.
Yeah,
so
get it
like,
over with.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right. So I start like digging. I dig out all of the snow from underneath the wheels. And I actually let it roll ahead a little bit. And then I turned the traction control off and I kind of let it rock a bit. And then it comes right up onto the pavement and then we're good. And but anyway, so I had to go pick her up, drive her back. She's like, well, the car was stuck. And I'm like, no, I got it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all, and the plows have been out. You get home, no problem. So anyways, yeah, that wasn't really any person of the public, but it was, yeah, that was a lot of disaster management.
It's that slow plow coming back to get you again.
I was going to say that snow plow every time.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm telling
Gary,
you, when the vehicle's quiet, man, the blinker, that's the loudest thing you'll ever hear.
It is true.
It sounds like a bomb, like tick, tick, tick.
It's such an obvious thing that no one's talking about, like just the tick, 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 tick. Or you've had like the silence is deafening, and then the wipers got to come on. It's way louder than normal.
And if they need to be changed, it's like.
Have you ever left because sometimes if your phone's connected to the car, nothing connects, right? Nothing comes on. Well, Gary just did that, right? So like, anyway, the volume's louder than you think. So like today we picked up lunch real quick and Adam Hayward works with me sometimes, whatever. And he said, I'll hop. He was just coming up the hallway. He said, well, I'll go with you because I had ordered him lunch. And so he hops in the car. We're in full-on conversation about a grant or something we're putting in. We're trying to get something for the school. We're pulling it out of the parking lot, and then my phone must have connected. Like, so loud. Zero by Smashing Pumpkins. Why we're having this talk about... Yeah.
Good times.
Well, I hate to interrupt this airing of grievances, but we have business to take care of, fellas. It's that time of year again.
Let's go.
Woo, let's go.
The movie fanatics are out there and they're ready to hear what we have to say this year.
They want to know what Daryl Claus is going to be cast as.
So if this is your first time listening, the way this works every Christmas, I have some movie titles here that we've come up with, and we got to put some stories and some actors into these movies. First up, Christmas 2024, The Great Adventure.
Oh wow.
That's so clever.
It writes itself, right?
I have it already.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
The Great
Here we go.
Adventure is almost a spin-off of David Bowie's Labyrinth.
Obviously.
Oh yeah. Want to tell us how you got to that?
Because there's 25 doors, and behind each door is a different adventure, and the lead has to get to the end. The movie has to be weird like Labyrinth was. David Bowie's passed away, so instead of David Bowie, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. And
I would have said Sting, but you know, sure.
because Sting. So it's Benedict Cumberbatch, and David Bowie's also not around to do the music. So let's go with Jonathan Davis from Korn. You know what I mean? Every second set of doors, you have a choice to make. Take this door number 2 or this door number 2, and then they choose the wrong door, and you hear the boom, da, da, boom, da, da. Yeah, you're all.
Oh, wow.
Top that one, boys.
Oh, I don't think so.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You said Christmas 2024, so it has to be like this year.
Well, that's just what these.
Yeah.
That's
This
what
is
it
the
is now.
version, Jeremy. The
Yeah.
year
Version
Oh.
2024 of the Christmas movie thing.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie title was Christmas 2024. And
Oh, no.
I see.
Adventure.
Maybe
Wow.
it's like someone's pregnant and they don't realize, and then all of a sudden they have a baby, and it's like, wow, this is an adventure. As the baby arrived
That's
on
happening.
Christmas Day.
on Christmas. Yeah.
Next up.
I can't beat that, Tyson. You're totally just, nope,
Let's go.
he's got it.
This is actually a returning client. If you remember a couple of years ago, we had Hit Me Santa One More Time.
Yeah, we did.
Well, the people from that movie have come back. And they want to stick to the same sort of 90s era, and we're going with a movie called Bye Bye Bye, but it's B-U-Y.
All right. It's Christmas, it's Christmas Eve. Justin Timberlake needs to buy a gift.
Boys. Have
For the
you
boys.
seen the trending Justin Timberlake hashtag?
No.
Did you not see this very unfortunate for him? Cameron, I have to send it to you. You'll die. So he, at his concert last night or the night before, he has to fly. So they have him in this harness.
Yeah.
But whatever happened, the harness really rode up. Really rode up.
Rode up. Okay.
Really rode up. And his shirt wasn't long enough to cover how far this harness between his legs rode up. The hashtag today is bringing micro back.
Oh, jeez.
It was cold in that arena.
I was in the pool.
Like a frightened turtle.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, sorry, Cam. Go ahead. I just thought... Yeah, I love making fun of Justin Timberlake, so any opportunity I can to do so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just...
Bye. Justin Timberlake.
Bye.
Bye, right? Okay, so Justin Timberlake has to buy gifts for the band and whatever, and he goes to a grocery store, and of course, who happens to be in the grocery store buying Christmas presents but Deadpool?
That is a twist I did not see coming. Attaboy, Cam.
And of course, Deadpool knows who he is because he's a huge fan of his and decides, I need to help Justin Timberlake because this is amazing. And he tries to help him save Christmas. And of course, as usual with Deadpool, everything he tries to do goes wrong. There's many problems and bad things happen and bad guys show up. And I've lost my train of thought. So I'm good.
Oh, man. I was going for a jingle all the way. Everybody trying to buy the same thing or something. Bye.
Yeah, just what you want. Deadpool to show up to start slicing people.
Yeah, I was thinking more Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, you know?
Oh my goodness, is it ever small? Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh
I
boy.
told you.
You can see everything. Yep. Wow. Who knows how cold it was in there? Oh my goodness, every
know, buddy.
angle of what's going on there. Holy lift.
Cam, it's really bad, buddy. It's really
Oh
bad.
my.
I can imagine he'd be envious of my dog who's been neutered. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
I got to say, of everything that's been going on in the news in the world the last couple of months, this is exactly what the internet needed.
Unite us all. That was the big
Wow.
news, eh? Chrystia Freeland resigns. Trudeau's in trouble. Pizza Hut brings back the buffet. And Justin Timberlake's bringing Micro back.
Pizza Hut's bringing back the buffet?
Yeah, buddy. You're welcome.
I haven't been to Pizza Hut.
I wrote a letter.
10
10
years.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't been there in a long time.
Anything else for Bye Bye Bye?
I was just picturing like a Jingle All the Way-esque. You know what I mean? Like it's obviously going to take place in a mall or in a department store, and everyone's waiting for something. Then it's bye, bye, bye. That's where my head went, and then Cameron had to throw Deadpool in there. Which what the heck?
Well, he did a wonderful job dancing to it, the new movie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I was thinking the Jingle All the Way thing too, but then I thought it also might be cool to take the twist and go for the art house type movie, more of an anti-consumerism twist to things. Maybe a little Joseph Gordon-Levitt in there.
There you go.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
as the new Scrooge.
Yeah,
I don't know what my first thought was. Like it was like a stock market thing. And like they're in the stock market, and he's like, "But it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, 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 bye."
Well, that's the opening scene, 100%.
Yeah, instead of Bitcoin, they're selling Santa coin. Yeah,
They're selling the Hawk Tour girl, their meme coin there.
oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said that they really the missed opportunity. It should have been called Spitcoin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Oh dear.
the next movie is called It's Always Snowy Innuendo.
It's always snowing innuendo.
It's Always Snowy Innuendo.
Oh, here he goes.
In the spirit of the Scary Movie franchise,
Oh.
spoofing everything, they're making fun of Hallmark movies. The town is called Innuendo. And every joke they make is still appropriate, but there's constantly an innuendo attached to the joke. That it's never actually
Sure.
dirty, but the joke is there.
So the actors are Jim Carrey.
Oh, Lacey Chabert.
Just the cast to scream.
Yeah, the cast screen. There you go.
Nev Campbell.
Scary movie.
Courtney Cox.
A Wayans brother.
The Wayans brothers, yeah. Has to be a Wayans brother, yeah. Has to be the butler with the little hand, you know what I mean? That does all. He has to be in it, he's in a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's what I picture. I can do that, and it's filmed like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
It's filmed like a Hallmark movie.
The anti-Hallmark movie.
Yeah, sorta, right? Yeah.
I like it.
Snowy innuendo. That's so stupid.
Only you, Gary.
All right, the next one here, the brass up above feels like we've been missing out on one of the prime markets. So we have Nutcracker, a true crime story.
So the killer,
There's a
every time he
killer?
kills somebody, leaves a nutcracker at the scene of every crime.
He leaves a nutcracker or he cracks a nut?
Well, Jeremy,
It's like the Wet Bandits.
Nutcrackers, sweet.
Murder scene number 3. The detective is Brad Pitt. he walks in and sees there's an open fire and just utters the words, "Oh no." Morgan Freeman walks in and says, "Do you smell baked beans?"
Like,
What's
Somebody
in the
call
box?
the CSI.
What's
We
in
need
the
Officer
box?
Kebab.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say Bob.
Yeah.
Kebab.
Kebab.
but how do you take Nutcracker and true crime, like a true crime thing, and not turn it into some kind of like Saw movie?
Right? Yeah, it kind of writes itself, right?
You know, like.
But Sergeant, there was something particular about this murder scene. Let me guess.
And one of them, there were chestnuts roasting on an
Yeah.
open fire.
Yep. Yeah, I don't even know where else to go with
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Definitely a Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, like 90s Brad Pitt, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What's in the box? Yeah.
And Morgan Freeman at any point in his career.
Oh man, all those movies he like.
Because he's that good.
Has he played a cop like Detective 88 times or something?
Really?
Oh yeah, all those. There was a whole bunch of them. He was a lawyer. He was a detective. He was a lawyer again. He was a detective. He was a detective. He was a detective.
Latest one, he was the president. Vice president.
I'm looking it up right now. Morgan.
The guy's got range.
Yeah, he can talk about penguins and he can.
He was a scientist in one.
All right,
Actually, he was a
next up,
scientist in a couple.
I think Jay's really going to love this one.
Okay, Jay, this one's for you, bud.
Happy Chewbacca.
Why is it that as soon as you said it, I automatically thought of a Weird Al spoofing somebody, like a Weird Al movie.
What do? You light one ciabatta bread every, you add one, you light one every day.
My ciabatta.
Do 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 do. My ciabatta. That's worth it just for the theme song Cam came up with.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like that could be some kind of like, you know, like lighthearted family movie where like, you know, there's like some uncle. It's kind of like, you know, like Uncle Leo when he's trying to get Jerry to take the pen, but like there's like
Take
some.
the pen.
No, that was,
Take the pen.
Come on, I want you to have it. Take the pen.
that was Jack Columbus.
What? Wasn't it
That was
Uncle
Jack.
Leo?
It was
No.
Jack Columbus.
The neighbor.
Oh,
in
am I
Florida.
mixing that up?
In Boca Vista.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
we're good enough for Boca Vista?
So I'm picturing that guy, but he's like always making the ciabatta bread, and they're like, and he's like, "Oh, I'll do it. I'll take care of the food. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
and he's
I'll
like-
look after that." And he's always, it's just ciabatta bread all the time, and they're like trying to like, what are we gonna tell this guy? Like, you know what I mean?
Come on, take the bread. Take the bread. Take the bread.
Jerry!
Take
Jerry!
the bread. Jerry,
We
take
got
the
a
bread.
problem. The ciabatta, it got burnt. What do you want me to do?
That's what I'm picturing. The whole thing is like they have to try to break it to him, and he's so excited about it, and then they eventually break it to him, and then he gets really heartbroken, and then they have to try to like make it up to him.
Sounds like a guy who owns a bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did way better than that than I thought anybody could.
My ciabatta. Dun, 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 dun. That's going to be in my
Now I'm
head
wondering
for
if I had
days.
that wrong. I should have combined those two because the ciabatta would probably make a pretty good murder weapon.
Yeah. Well, so I feel like the last few times your titles have made me think of horror movies. So I was like, I can't say it's a knife and it's a killer and his secret. Yeah. Yeah, his signature. He leaves a ciabatta bread.
The ciabatta killer.
What did he stab him with? A piece of ciabatta, sir.
Put his eye in first.
Killer. Fresh baked loaf of ciabatta bread. Nice red left.
What's with all the bruising on the body? It looks like he tried to break it off, sir, but it wouldn't break. It wouldn't break.
Some sort of pointed weapon.
Yeah. After the autopsy, it was blunt force trauma. Was it a back? No. Was it a cinder block? No. It was ciabatta bread. The cops show up, fresh baked loaf of bread, nice, freshly baked. The ciabatta killer.
Did it again, sir.
Next, we have a film called Frank and Sense. Frank and Sensei?
Nope. I thought you were saying like frankincense, like it was some kind of like, you know, like Frankenstein thing there.
Frank don't make sense. My name is
We
Frank
can skip that one.
Costanza.
Oh, I feel like there's some good ones in that frankincense. That's a real, yeah.
Frankenstein is looking to buy a gift.
Frankincense and the main character is Myrrh.
Murder.
Murder.
Jokers.
It's Mr. Sense. He's the owner of the Home Sense franchise.
Frankincense.
That's what I'm trying.
Sense like
Money.
cents on the
Cents.
dollar. Like a guy owns like a convenience
A
store
bank.
called Frankincense.
Well, Sense owns the bank, and Frank is trying to get a loan.
Or it's Hallmark-esque, and Frank owns a
Trying to
store
save an
called
orphanage?
Frank and Cents. And he actually has the last true dollar store where everything's under $1.
Oh, there it is.
You
He's
figured
trying
it
to
out.
hold on. Yeah, he's trying to hold on. And everyone's like, Frank, you have to charge more. Take the pen. He refuses. He refuses.
And he's
to
really
charge more.
angry, so it's like Frankincensed.
Frankincense.
No, that's the sequel. That's the sequel.
Jeremy wants Jeremy wants everything to turn into murder this year.
Everything
I
goes
don't even
right.
like that stuff. I hate all of that. I don't watch that. I hate it. Like,
It's because we had all the airing of grievances with the car stuff before we did it this year.
we're all fired up.
We're going with the dollar store idea. It's brilliant.
Brilliant. Gold, Jerry, gold.
Next up, Santa's List.
That sounds like a Hitman movie if I ever saw it or heard it.
More death. Yeah.
Santa's List.
Santa's List. Coming to a theater near you. One man.
Santa's
A lone gunman. A lone wolf. Trying
Santa
to take out
Claus.
everybody on Santa's naughty list.
Bringer of toys or mob boss?
Bringer of toys, a bringer of death.
Wait.
You just see
Daryl wakes up one morning,
Oh.
grabs his phone off the nightstand, and just has a message on it that says, "You're on the list."
You just made the list.
And the opening scene is like some guy walking into this, like, it's like this dark room that has one light on or whatever. And it's like, he just starts referring to the guy. He's like, so what did you want to talk about? And then it zooms in and like it's like the Santa's mist, but it has like a cigarette and it's like, but it's very clearly the red sash. And he's like, starts talking about who he wants to have hits put out on.
Well, see, I was
Take out the
picturing
reindeer.
So Cam, I was picturing open scene. It's snowing, and you see like just the feet of a man walking into like this really fancy hotel, and they meet in this conference room, and it's really dimly lit. And as the camera pans up, you can see there's two people standing there, but you can't see who it is yet. And as the camera pans up even further, you realize that's John Wick. And he says, Santa, and then the camera pans, and there's Santa with his mitt taking a big drag off his cigarette. John, you made the list. And the rest of the movie was Santa versus John Wick.
Writes itself, baby. John Wick 5.
Writes itself. John gets overrun. Help just coming out of every nook and cranny. Like it's, yeah.
No business on continental ground.
Yeah. No ground.
Santa was sitting at the bar at the Continental. Jonathan.
Yeah.
Claus.
Claws. Man.
It's not the direction I thought that was going in.
Never
A lot
does,
of violence.
Gary.
So much violence this year.
All right, let's calm things down, guys.
All right.
Merry Christmas. Marry.
Come on, Gary.
Tyson, this is your time
Let's
to shine.
see you get your murder in this one, guys.
Picture it. St. Olaf, 1932.
Say no.
Sicily.
This seems too obvious, but I feel like I've been challenged to include a murder in it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know if you can pull.
If
See,
this
Mary-
is too obvious, we can move
Yeah.
on.
I feel like that's a whole Hallmark. Isn't that a Hallmark thing? Merry
Has to be.
Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be.
Probably.
It has to be.
Unless
Uh-oh. Here we go. Derek and Twisty Seth.
Buddy is about to marry this woman, and he discovers something about her past. Every Christmas she gets engaged, and she's a widowmaker.
Every year.
And now
Every
he's
year
trying
at
to
Christmas.
escape. Yeah,
Wow.
now he's trying to escape certain death.
Every year at Christmas.
He
And every
discovers
year, she kills another
she
guy.
gets married every year and kills the guy.
Merry Christmas.
I'm actually onto
Real
something,
dark
guys.
turn when you discover
Yeah.
or the insurance.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Hallmark has had its run, but this could be like the whole anti-Hallmark
Yeah.
We got
thing
the
of movies
market
going
cornered.
here.
For sure.
The time is now.
The time is now.
Every festive title just turned to this dark, twisted.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
No, he's not.
Not really.
How about I Dream in Lollipops?
I would say it would have to be something from like the 60s. Hippies are trying to save Christmas from the evil landowner.
Why hippies?
Well, they see a lot of colors when you're high on LSD.
This is Cheech and Chong movie.
Hey, man, we got to save Christmas, man. They're taking the lollipops, man.
Tell me it doesn't write itself.
I was a completely different direction than that, and I wasn't even going to murder that one up.
Every lollipop has a hit of LSD.
So, Gary, what was it? Dreaming in lollipops?
I dream in lollipops.
The hippie's trying to save Christmas from the evil landowner.
Hey, you. Stop with that bulldozer, man.
Have a lollipop, man. You feel a lot better.
These aren't trees, man. These are Christmas lollipops.
Won't you believe in Santa Claus, man?
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. See? Tell me it doesn't sound like a hippie song.
So, do you remember the TV show? We were young. Remember the show Odyssey?
Yes.
Yes.
So, the kid's dreaming, right?
Yep.
But he doesn't know he's dreaming. So, this whole show is being acted out. I realize my whole table's moving and I'm slowly drifting to one side. It's like, why am I over? Okay.
Yeah,
and the
kid-
whing thing
the
that's
kid's
being
asleep,
acted
but he
out.
doesn't realize.
Yeah, he doesn't realize he's in a coma.
Yeah.
Right? But he's having this dream while he's in the coma, and it's all people from his real life, but they're characters in the dream. So this kid could be in a coma at Christmas time, and he's dreaming in lollipops. And he has this whole dream, and he meets Santa, and he meets the elves. He has this whole other life in his dream, but when he does wake up, he's back with his family, but it has this big, happy ending when he discovers at the end that is Santa. That comes down, it's the same Santa that was in his dreams. Dreaming.
There you go.
There you go.
That was the magic we were missing without all the death, murder.
And then he kills him! He grabs something from the fireplace, and he starts wailing!
Then
That's
the
how the
hippies
movie
show
ends.
up.
The hippies come. Stop hitting Santa with
Leave
that
him alone,
fire man. That's not what that use was intended for, man.
The guy from Dazed and Confused is like, imagine how many people out there are.
Opening presents right now.
All those people just opening presents, man.
Just opening presents, man.
That's what I like about Christmas, man. I get older, these presents stay the same.
What president is he talking about? Doesn't he talk?
George Washington, man.
George Washington, man.
He'd get home from wars and stuff, man, and Martha'd just be waiting there for him, man. In the end of the day, what a dumb movie that was.
Oh, yeah, man.
But it's so, yeah, gosh.
And it's amazing. The whole thing takes place in like 24 hours.
Yeah,
It's just like one day.
it's one day. The whole movie's one day. Yeah.
So good.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, sorry, Gary. We've taken a real turn here. I apologize.
Do you want more?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a couple more, yeah.
Okay. Christmas time, Rudolph takes all the glory, but what about if we have a movie about Vixen?
Is this related to the snowy innuendo? Japers.
Gary, we went from murder to happy to whatever this is.
No, we're back to murder again. So it's the North Pole, and somewhere within Santa's village,
Yeah, there'd be a poll, all right.
one of the training reindeers have shown up dead, and there was a nasty note left. Someone thought it was Vixen, and turns out her past is starting to catch up to her. Santa, they found where I am. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
She's trying to leave her past life as an assassin by being Santa's reindeer.
Trying to leave her past behind. And Santa finds out who they are, calls them and says, I have a special set of skills.
And I have a list.
He's got a lip.
You made the list.
And then Santa, Vixen, and John Wick go take out this mob. They get there. Deadpool's there.
Oh,
It's a great thing.
The hippies are
are there. Yeah.
And in the end, it was all a dream.
In the end, oh.
Oh. You figure that one the way you figured, Gary?
Just about.
Yeah, good. Because in my mind, I was like, what do you want to call it? Like 50 Shades of Reindeer?
How many X's were in that name?
Vixen had 3 X's.
Next up. Not today, Scrooge.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Tyson, if there was never a murder one, this is it. Scrooge runs an international group of assassins, and
Man, we're just
suddenly
killing
they turn
everybody.
on him. I don't know. John Wick.
Yeah, well. Not today.
I don't know.
I mean, that's going to be blatantly the catchline. Not today, Scrooge.
You have to say the title of the movie once in the movie.
All
And you
right,
wait
so
for it. Every movie you wait for it.
we could tie it in with Cameron's idea, right? So like the hippies want to sell some Christmas trees. So they have this like they're
Do they
selling
have
these
5
Christmas
leaves on
trees,
those Christmas
and then
trees?
the evil landowner's like, you can't sell these trees on my land. And so like they go and figure out that he doesn't actually own the land, and then when he thinks he's gonna like get lawyers involved and call the police, they're like, not today, Scrooge.
Can I just point out how much I love that when you said, you can't sell these trees on my land, how much like Norm MacDonald that sounded for a second?
Dude, there's something to that because I was watching a bunch of Norm MacDonald yesterday.
Oh, yeah, because he's
I
your
went down
spirit.
like
Sure.
an hour rabbit hole of Norm MacDonald.
Oh, man.
You know?
What? You know.
So I says to the fella, I says,
Kind of like Quagmire.
You're not going to sell trees on my land, I tell you what. No, sir.
I tell
You know?
what.
Well,
I was working from home this afternoon, and the smoke detector in my garage was beeping. Just loud enough that I could hear it where I was working, but I was too busy to go out and fix it. So then I thought, why not make that a title? Santa versus smoke detector.
that's a good one. He does something that knocks a candle over, and it starts the house on fire, and it and then he's there trying to like beat the smoke away. And like in typical movies where like real life doesn't apply, it's like this loud bunch of commotion downstairs, a smoke detector going off, but like it shows like the husband in bed, and he's just like like he's only stirring a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like in any other case, anyone who hears anything would be up and running downstairs, but he's just like he just kind of Santa's down there running around.
I'm with
He's
you.
got the garden hose inside. He's drug it in the window and he's spraying the hole.
This has to be like Jim Gaffigan as Santa.
110%. And then I was even
Let's
thinking,
get cooking.
let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking.
Let's get extinguishing. You know how like sometimes if you have multiple, like when we built our house, the new code, like not only do we have multiple detectors, but they're all chained together. But if the power goes out, there is a battery in case there's fire after the, you know what I mean? But you don't know the battery's dead until the power's gone out because it starts to beep.
Yep.
So picture the size of Santa's factory, his toy factory. And he doesn't know which one of the alarms is beeping.
Drives him slowly insane.
And then it could be like a mixture of North Pole meets Home Alone, you know what I mean? It's a giant toy factory and hilarity ensues as he tries to change the battery in all these smoke detectors. And he doesn't know, Jim Gaffigan doesn't know which one it is making the beeping sound. He can't sleep.
Jim
It's
Gaffigan would be...
It's Boxing Day and he's trying to sleep. He gave all the elves the day off and he can find which smoke detector's beeping.
Jim Gaffigan would be an incredible Santa Claus. He's so funny.
I think so too. I
I haven't seen it in a long time, but he used to have those like, it was his cooking show where he'd make like chicken strips and fries, and he'd just be like dumping frozen fries on a pan, and he was always like going, "Let's get cooking." Everything he did, let's get cooking. Put a little bit of salt on there. Let's get cooking.
He started that during COVID, didn't he? I think.
He did, yeah. So funny. Let's get cooking.
Oh, man.
How many more do you have, Gary? I'm just curious.
Oh, I can keep going as long as you want. I have...
We'll do one or two more.
Yeah. I was going to say, pick like the two best ones.
Yeah, let's go for it.
We got Stuck in a Chimney.
Stuck in a Chimney, subtitle, the not Justin Timberlake story.
Wrote itself.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, not sorry, Justin.
Okay. Okay, Gary, give us the
Stuck
next
in a
one.
chimney.
We're never going to recover. Not going to recover that one.
Let's see. We got The Blessing.
That's 100% a horror movie.
No.
How is it a horror movie? How?
That could be a Hallmark movie.
I think I wrote that one down actually after the last episode when Tyson was like, he wants you to say the blessing.
The blessing.
Grace, she died 40 years ago.
It's a horror movie, huh?
Horror movie called The Blessing. You're up, Kim.
Krampus, is it?
There you go. Krampus tries to bring Christmas to all the good boys and girls. I don't know. I got nothing. It's just nothing.
So far, I think the most compelling one we had was the hippies and the evil landowner.
Yeah, man.
That was very compelling.
You can buy the Christmas tree, man, but leave them here.
Here, man, have a lolly.
Leave the Christmas tree in the ground and bring your presents here, man. Leave the trees alone,
You
man.
can decorate it with all the stuff, and don't forget the lollipops and the candy canes.
Hey, man, you want to go on a great adventure?
See? It writes itself.
How about Milk and Cookies?
So, I mean, that has like some kind of like, I mean, it has to be like a children's, children involved.
In the town of innuendo, yeah.
No, Cameron, we don't have to kill them. Cameron's sitting there like, ooh.
I wonder where you're going with that one.
Milk and Cookies. It's an animated cartoon. But the joy that Santa brings to children all around the world. As narrated by Randy the Macho Man Savage. You know you want to hear that.
That's just a very innocent movie about a kid wanting to make milk and cookies for Santa. Just the nice music
Makes
hits.
cookies himself, you know what I
Snow
mean?
scene. And then
He pours in the chocolate chips, yeah.
Cream of the crop.
Mama, I want to make cookies and leave milk out for Santa. Okay, all right. Well, let's get to cooking then.
Yeah, cooking them they did. Oh, yeah.
Grab some milk from the refrigerator. Yeah.
Santa wants a Slim Jim.
And then Santa Claus is Randy Savage, but it's like he has the suit on, but it's very clearly Randy Savage.
Like there's frills hanging off the Santa's suit. Santa's wearing a cowboy hat with the big glasses. Instead of macho, it says Santa across the glasses.
Kids sleeping on the couch and like wakes up and sees.
Santa wakes up. The kid wakes up, looks over at Santa, and he can hear the graduation song, right? The dun, dun, dun. You've been a good boy this year, yeah.
Cut that clip.
Just
Oh my
please,
goodness.
like, dad wakes up, thinks there's an intruder, and all of a sudden you hear that voice. Let me tell you something, brother.
Dad comes downstairs. What's going on here? Out of nowhere, the big elbow drops.
You get back to bed, Dad. Yeah.
You get back to
Drops
bed.
the
I've
elbow
got your
off the
house
top
for
of the
5
tree.
minutes. You ain't going nowhere.
Mom runs out. Yeah, Mom runs out.
You ain't going nowhere.
Steel chair shot.
Rips off the sunglasses and gives them the big eyes.
I'll see you at SummerSlam.
Oh man,
There
gotta
you
end it
go.
on Randy Savage.
Yep.
Oh well, good work, Gary. You've outdone yourself.
Yeah, you
Yep,
did.
you did good,
Another
Gary.
year.
Another year. Well done.
Yep. And I was hoping for one really just wild plot from Cam, and you delivered, buddy.
Yeah.
I got one in me.
Fantastic. Just starts with the hippies.
One last run in me. I always got one run left in me.
Yeah.
I always got one run left.
An infinite amount of last runs.
I always got one last. Always
More
got one.
retirements than Terry Funk.
Yeah.
And for those who listened in for some Christmas cheer, I apologize for all the murder that took place.
Mine didn't have murder. Not all of them.
The Nutcracker had some death there.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Funny part is, this is all going to have nice Christmas music behind it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's funny.
dear.
Yep.
Yeah, well, good work, boys, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully, we'll get you in a
Merry
festive
Christmas.
mood
Hope
there.
it's all joyful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
May you enjoy your Christmas hippies.
I will. Want a lolly? I think I broke them all.
That brought me back to hanging out the car going, would you like a shucka?
Like, look at my eyes. What did you do?
Oh, dear.
Like one of those hippies that you're talking about. Made me laugh so hard I burst the blood vessels in my eyes.
You do?
Oh my gosh. All right.
Well, Merry Christmas, folks. Happy New Year. We'll see you in January, right?
Yeah,
boys
man.
there. Not talking to you. Have a good one. Good holiday and all that. And Merry Christmas.
Cameron salutes you.
All right. See ya.
All right, buddy.
See you later. Yeah.
Hippies are trying to save Christmas from the evil landowner.
Why hippies?
Well, they see a lot of colors when you're high on LSD.
This is Cheech and Chong.
You just wasted some of your life listening to the Bush League podcast. You must stop what you're doing right now. Like and subscribe and leave a 5-star rating. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and like us on Facebook.